Is it still here? You actually
Wait a
rode
minute, turn the lights back on.
You actually rode a passenger train somewhere?
Oh, yeah, hell yes. It's caught under there or something. There we go.
Wherever you're going.
Excuse me, whatever I'm stepping on there.
Just my foot. You didn't step on it, you just happened to.
That's,
Contact.
ooh.
Can you focus a little better?
Give me a chance now.
Guess not.
The other way.
Is that a P-70
There you
still
go.
in Patsy College?
How's that? That all right?
That's
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
I think, oh, there's Rich.
Cool.
That's a P-70 still in Patsy
Yeah.
College, isn't it?
Well, maybe we can tell from the next picture. I think that's over between Altoona and Harrisburg
I
someplace.
don't know, but I'm ready to get on.
Bucky Rush?
Bucky Rush.
That famous shot with the northbound on the OC.
Just, that's where I started my railroad.
You are. That was a heck of a tower, wasn't it?
On the other side, it had the brake shoe stuck in the roof, passing train. Of course, the other three sides you can't see here, where all the windows were taken out in the derailment that fell over the bridge there onto Route 30. Had cars stacked up on all three sides. But the next one did the job. It finished.
It took the whole tower.
Yeah.
When did you start at Bucyrus?
April Fool's Day, '69.
Okay, so they weren't running through to, were they running any through at that time, or?
No, it just the local went up to Toledo.
So I remember I started at Martel in September '69, and they said they'd run like some test trains on it through, and then
That was the summer of '68.
That was
it
the coal trains come all the way from
Yeah.
Thurston up there.
yeah.
Had
Northern Pacific Avenue.
Northern Pacific F units.
I was told that was the summer of '68 was the
Was it
last.
'68?
I think Joe told a story about a track supervisor down here in the country that didn't know the thing was coming, and all of a sudden, here's a coal train running over his railroad, and he had a heart attack.
Oh,
I believe you told that story, Joe.
no.
Yeah. That, of course, that was,
There at Bucyrus.
I don't know if that'd be 53 or not.
I think that was one of the only one left at the end.
Well, the 53s I'm used to is one unit and one car.
Oh,
That's an eastwardly bound. He's in here wrong somehow. No.
Now you really do.
yeah, that one's really,
Super magnet traction.
Ah, shut up. That looks a little better.
Let's see, he's just going over some dusty down.
Yeah, it's eastbound. Brand spanky new Penn Central paint jobs in there. That's the westbound going by the old freight house in Bucky Rush.
Now, the pictures I've seen of passenger stations stood on the right side across from it.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen any picture of that, but that was used at the passenger station in the later
Well, the
years.
passenger station stood there up until,
Yeah, it was gone early.
well, I got on there once. I'm trying to think.
It had train sheds and
I don't remember the train sheds, but
That is beautiful Nevada.
Nevada.
Not Nevada, Nevada.
he like when they use switch lanes.
What was on the right side of those tracks?
It's a little spur there.
No, the thing laying in the junk. That.
Nevada's where the livestock train got stuck in, the T-12 got stuck in the snow, and the livestock froze to death.
the car down there.
Yeah, Looks like
Manhattan
a
had
wreck.
a terrible derailment out.
I sure as hell don't remember.
That was a
Well, the
glorious
derailment
one.
was west of there.
I just remember the livestock train hitting the train hit the drift and derailed, and then the livestock train, I think it was TB12, had livestock behind him and froze to death. That was a glorious winter.
That's the westbound, I believe, isn't it? They're rebuilding the track, so they put a gauntlet on that side, and when they got this one rebuilt, then they moved the gauntlet over and rebuilt the other side. There was an operator out there that had a little two-lever flip-flop that controlled the signals.
I'll be dying.
Lima,
Yeah.
or Lima. That would probably be 22, wouldn't it? It looks like it's too early for Broadway.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you give anything to get on there now? Oh my.
24th Street or South Branch Bridge. Set side by side by side.
That little building's gone.
Call it what you want. It's
Oh.
fun.
Rich? He's missing.
He's messing with his
Yes.
Ohio Jazz.
Oh, excellent.
You're missing some good stuff.
Excellent, all right.
Well, he's getting it on.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
He's seen these
Ah,
last
yes.
a couple of weekends ago anyhow.
Jerry Salzgeber's got the order flag from that tower.
Now, do you guys know that the guy who closed that tire was the son of the guy who opened it?
Oh,
30 years,
okay.
30 years, yeah. That was there, and I wanted to get a copy of it. They used to run a little on the Channel 2 News in Pittsburgh. There was a thing called Pit Parade that they'd flash back like into the 50s, 40s, black and white news film. And they had the opening of the tower. They had the opening named after Honus Wagner, the baseball legend, and 1954. And they were inside the tower, and I tried to get that, and the guy never responded to me. He died, and his daughter was also a news anchor there. She died, and I don't know if I've since tried to do that, but it was their archive film. But anyway, later on, the guy I found out the guy that from another guy in Pittsburgh. Yeah, the guy was Cecil Howe was the guy I think that closed it, and his dad was the one that opened it up in 1954. That's amazing. In 83, 84.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And that's an eastbound at Broadacre, Ohio. West Acre, Acre, Mid Acre, and East Acre.
We got there in '84, and the only thing sticking up out of the ground was that beam sticking right up out of the tower, whatever it was. They torched it for a fire practice for the town.
No shit.
Yeah, yeah. That's how they got rid of it. Yep.
There's a westerbound.
And then acre.
Huh?
That's at the tower.
Yeah,
That's an acre.
that's from Acre, yeah.
Oh, okay.
One of the towers that you could stand on the platform and fish.
Wow.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Beautiful downtown Tremley.
Cool. Wow.
That's probably the PH3 local. That's an eastbound in Hanover.
Vantage point.
I believe that's what they call just outside of Sand Cut, just east of Hanover.
This GP 35 is a 30 and a U-boat.
Yeah. Whoops.
Many of them are still running.
I'm gonna draw.
There,
we
man.
go. Ooh.
First Street, Newark.
Ooh.
Yeah.
First Street was the official end of the Tennessee, or the Steubenville in Indiana. The beginning of the Central Ohio, or B&O. The yard's off to the right, and the the engine is hiding the Lake Erie Crossing target tender shanty.
They had a tender there at all times one time, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got to know one of the guys. His name was Beans Welch. I have no idea why I remember that.
He was a full of
That's, I don't know what direction that sucker's headed, but that's the Licking River Bridge just west of the ND cabin. Everything pretty much looks the same there now.
It's all there.
Beauty
Down
up
up there, yeah.
Oh, that's before the corn syrup.
Yeah, I believe so.
It's the old pipeline.
It took a chunk out of the tower.
Uh,
Yeah.
Happened, so.
That was the last tower standing between Columbus and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, there's a westbound, that first road crossing west of Heath. And that would be 13. I'm not sure
what's
what,
left of it then.
yeah,
yeah.
not sure whether that's Southville or,
It used to run 18, 20 cars with one coach.
Wow.
All head in mail.
yeah. Beautiful downtown Outville, that'd be number 14.
It's amazing, 13 massive thoroughfares.
Yeah. That'd be a westbound and county famous Outville curve.
On a foggy morning.
Cool.
And Summit.
Didn't really bother him too much, they had fog out there, did it?
No, not really. That's Blacklick curve. Westbound.
Yeah. Oh, westbound, I know helpers then.
What's that?
I figured it was eastbound on that track.
No, that's, yeah, he's on the wrong track, all right. Different track work or something. I believe that's actually Blacklick.
Oh,
Love that. I love that. I just love that. That's a beauty.
That
That's
signal
a
didn't clear,
beauty.
his eyes were too close together.
That is a beauty.
Where was it?
Yeah.
That's coming off of the
James
East
Road.
Columbus branch, crosses the CNN division, goes on down to Truro,
Yeah.
and in the preliminary Conrail system plan, this was touted as a bypass around Buckeye Yard.
Wow.
somebody didn't know.
I love
See?
that.
Oh,
That should be a painting.
God.
Ah, I love that.
What's that?
Langy's on first, we'll run out here. CSNH used to come down here from downtown.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the very best that signal had to offer.
You know N&W signals, there's some like that. There's things like that on N&W. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
With
the
that-
hell
with
they
that
couldn't have
head like
got
that.
away with a damn dwarf there, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
It
just-
might be
that
the
is-
fact that by this point, the diamonds were out, so you had to seesaw through the plant to get on south. So that might.
Did they
be
just
some-
change to put a cheap, just to half bake that, just to put something in there? Or was it from an old, yeah, from original? Yeah, exactly. Just put whatever,
Somebody in the signal department
Yeah.
had a hell of a hangover.
say, we have some junk left over, let's just put it
Yeah,
here.
there you go. Yeah.
That's cool, that was neat.
And that's remnants of Yard B, and the St. Clair engine house is just off to the right. Coal dock down there. They tore the coal dock down. For several years, nothing happened down in there, and then they decided to put I-670 down through there. And I think the foundations of that coal dock were a little bigger than they figured. And they spent several months digging that sucker out. And 20th Street shops. St. Clair engine house off to the left in this case, Yard A off to the right.
I read that one time that Penn was the biggest employer in Columbus, bigger than Ohio State.
Wow.
I believe that.
Boom. I like that. That's good.
That was the
That's
bridge
good.
that carried 71 over Yard B, Milo.
Lose 65 big boom.
Somebody
I
was
love
a
that.
hell of a...
I love mouth
The,
bucket, bucket
artist.
mouth, Morindo, snake face, Federer. That's good. That's good. Beautiful cookie.
Did you ever go under Cleveland Avenue and get pictures of that shanty and those guys? No.
Shanty? Oh, the
Operator's
quote
office.
tower, unquote?
Well, yeah, the little
Oh, yeah.
floor tower.
Yeah, there was also, I believe it was underneath Cleveland Avenue, there was an N6B caboose down in there, some sort of a shanty or some such.
It was on, yeah, they knocked trucks out from under
Right.
one there about
Wow.
1955 or so.
I went down there one night to visit the second trick operator, and this caboose comes by, and they were such pranksters. They had a whole bunch of burning newspapers on the back. Just when they went by the operator, they kicked them off.
This, I believe, is in Yard A. It was a crossover here from number 3, BO3, over, or no, BO4, the eastbound track, over to the first yard track, with just dwarf signals protecting it. And the signals on the yard track were always lined up opposed to each other until you knocked them down and made a move. That's downtown there. Good start on the Nationwide building. He's about to pass by, US. Does this have a brighter position for the bulb?
Yeah, kick it one up notch. One,
Which one is it?
The, here. No, it is on bright.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it is
That
on
picture's
high,
just
it
a
is
little
on high
darker.
beam. They're on high beam already.
There, see? Look at those switch lamps, isn't that cool?
Wow.
Is that a Bell telephone sign on the pole there?
Yeah, I don't know where they
What the
found that, but they,
Was that for fun, or did he have a phone in there in case somebody needed it?
I don't think so. That was called the US switch tender there, and there was another shanty over just out of this picture to the right that also had a telephone pole with the red beacon rays up on top, and they could throw a switch numerous different places, start those things going, and sirens blowing, and everything came to a halt.
You know, that was the most unbelievable operation and how everything
Indeed.
worked. Everybody just knew. You had what flag was for going one direction and the other color flag for another. And
Green was for eastbound, yellow was for westbound, or the other way around, I don't remember.
I think you're right, Joe.
I think it was.
what U.S. tower right behind the engines?
No, there's
I mean,
right.
Nielsen.
Yeah,
Nielsen
Nielsen's
was the other side.
at the other end of the
Oh, the next tree.
support there.
Yeah.
But the switch tender shanty to the right here, there was one track came along, went into a switch, and another track beside it, the switch went out, and just the room between it was where the switch tender was. I've got a shot of it someplace. If something started derailing there, the only chance you had was to climb the telephone pole.
And
And
there's
he's
one of
just,
the hand throw puzzles. You
Yeah,
had
just-
to know what you had done everything.
just starting by Nielsen there, US Towers over to the right.
When everything was in service, I wonder how many hand thrown puzzles were there.
Wow.
A bunch.
Because there was a few west of the depot on the Bradford side too.
Oh yeah, probably 20 at least.
Yeah. Oh
And
my.
there's the Ohio State Limited,
Yeah, rub it.
Wow.
coming out of St. Clair Engine House, or maybe going in, I don't remember which.
Well, that was after he ran just Cleveland, Columbus and back.
They filled the burn barrel up too.
They put the,
Well, not necessarily, Pete. They had that going to Cincinnati. I wrote it.
well, let me,
Time all the way to
okay, the
Cincinnati.
first year in Penn Central, he did go all the way Cleveland, Cincinnati and back. And then when they closed the CNX, they swung the remnants of Cincinnati Limited over to the Big 4 route from Columbus to Cincinnati, and then the Bud car only came down to Columbus and back to Cleveland.
At the time I wrote it, it went to Big 4 to Cincinnati.
Well, with the exception of the between Columbus and London. That, well, see, that was abandoned.
I've got shots of him going by Sharonville and
Well, yeah.
various things like
Yeah,
that.
but he was on the Pensy from Columbus to London, and then it was Big 4 from there.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't go out of Columbus on the Big 4?
No, I think it was gone, but that time.
69, I think they
Oh,
abandoned.
well, that could be.
But the Smith Brothers hardware there looks very much the same, only it's,
Better shape.
well, it's in, it's high cost offices up in there.
Yeah, it's really nice now.
That's the only Penn Central Century 424.
Most,
And here we are, he's coming by the stack signal back there at the depot.
Sweet.
There goes one of the Cadillacs.
Yeah. Is that, what'd you say? Is that the first one you rode? Is it?
And this is number 14 when they started putting him in the depot to get serviced.
oh,
Freight secondaries around the south side of the depot. Just off to the right is the stack signals.
the top room there on the right corner was the men's room. That had the best view.
Wow, yeah, I would, yeah.
And the smell to go with it.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
wow.
whether that's a 6-track or not. 6-track was used as a running track through the depot. I think you could at one time get to it off of the Bradford side.
I think
Get to it
the
off the switches were interlocked into there from Old Tangy.
This is the last platform to the right here, looking west. The two big 4 tracks are on the right.
Yeah.
Two big 4 main.
Big four being over on the right side.
Yeah, when that bridge got knocked down into the parking lot, I was working at Burt Tower, and the dispatcher's line went silent for about 45 minutes. And Dan Clark, when he comes back on, he says, "Well, boys, I just got me a new car."
What happened?
The dispatchers all parked on that bridge. They allowed 1 lane of parking, 1 lane of traffic. And this is the bridge into the parking lot at Union Station.
Wow.
And what took the bridge out?
Derailment.
Either the train derailed and took the bridge out, or the bridge fell on the train.
They never.
I never heard
Wow.
whether they decided which way that was.
Oh my.
Of course, this is the same group that when a fire developed in the instrument house at East Alton, finally told their bosses that the fire was caused by a bird carrying a lighted cigarette into the instrument house.
And they expected him to believe that? Well, there was a smoking
apparently
bird.
the people that they were talking to were dumber than they were.
Yeah, there's a smoking blue
I'm not
jay.
sure what the story is here, whether that is the
Remnants of the sportsman.
the sportsman, and why would it be this far out is the thing.
Well, they've always backed in.
Well, he's clear out.
Okay.
Not from this end of the depot, this is east end.
Yeah, I say he wouldn't be out this far. He always backed in the west.
Maybe it was an
Yeah.
excursion.
I think that's Ohio State Limited in better days on the right.
Never saw Penn Central.
Oh, that's tough.
See, the Ohio State Limited died in November of '67, and the merger was February '68.
That's neat how you use that in a four.
Ah,
I like
I was good back in them days.
That's cool.
I like that. You had to stoop low though, didn't you?
That is cool.
Well, yeah, I could get down and back up. I couldn't do that now.
He couldn't quite get it focused, so.
That's cool.
Well, it was pretty damn dark.
That's the field.
Oh, that's a great.
And there comes 13 into the depot for a little fuel. And the stub end of the bridge.
That's where the bridge connected on to make a U-turn through the parking lot.
A friend of mine named Jim Keene was working High Street.
The outside of that depot
Jim
doesn't
Keene, I
do
know
justice to
Jim.
the inside.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
He was working High Street and heard this strange sound. Looked out east of the tower and heard the whole damn wall that's just out of the picture here had collapsed onto both tracks.
Oh shoot.
Now, you can still get in a station there from the left?
Yeah. There's
Okay.
still another drive to the left.
Okay.
Now, can you see it?
What's it? Commit no nuisance.
Yes.
What's it say,
Please
please?
use restrooms.
Oh, that's please, oh, that's cool.
Of course, nuisance head.
Ah.
Get to use nuisance paper.
Complete no nuisance.
Nuisance.
Oh, that's cool. Please use restrooms.
I
Wow.
remember you saying that. Buckeye one.
Oh, that's cool. Wow.
Oh, my.
There's the old Ohio State Limited again.
That's when the Bud car was broke down, that was the substitute.
Well, quite often the Jeep was towing the Bud car.
Yeah.
Where the Bud car was towing the Jeep.
Or they'd use the Erie coaches that MHRF had up in Cleveland.
Oh, they
used the Erie
did?
co- Yeah, they'd use an Erie heavyweight coach.
That would either be 30 or 32.
A little better train there.
Suspect 30. Because I think 32 was usually after sundown.
32 was what, Penn, Texas?
St. Louis.
No,
The
no.
other one,
Penn, Texas.
32 was Penn, Texas. 30 was.
Superior St. Louis.
I can't remember.
Penn, Texas at one time was 34.
Yeah.
And by the stack.
He's coming by the state.
Going for,
Call him for a signal.
That one little track into the right was where they unloaded the coal cars for the heating plant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember the day one of those cars rolled out off of that ramp.
Now, what takes that up on top of the umbrella shelter? Is that
The light.
Yeah. What is that?
Spotlight.
Okay.
Now, see, there's one on the left of this shed over here. It just
Okay.
lights up the end of the platform.
Okay.
Now, right where he was pointing there, that is the earlier support for 3rd Street that looks very much like it came off of a battleship. All kinds of holes, rivets, and stuff like that. And they had to leave that in there because it was also holding up the train shed. Well, when they tore all this stuff out, of course, they had to leave that in there. And you can drive down there today and see that support down.
Yeah, it's got steel support instead of a big cement support, because they couldn't take up the room on the platform.
And that's the terminal helper, I suspect, at the quote, new Amtrak.
And the new Amtrak depot.
Yeah.
It's totally gone now. Oh, my.
Well, there's Jimmy Keene.
Yeah.
That's a nice shot.
Was that
That's,
Keene?
Yeah, that's the terminal helper. Keene, Jimmy Keene. He's a conductor on the Indiana and Ohio down at Lancaster.
For a little shack in the tower, that sure wasn't.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
He spent time as a dispatcher on Conrail at Penn Central.
Yeah.
Taught school for a while.
That's just to the upper right is High Street Tower.
This is out the Bradford side we're looking at.
The New York Central's over
Way
there
out
to
to
the
the left.
All those damn tracks laid there. All the time I worked High Street, I don't think I saw anything on there except 6-track. Sometimes you put BO 85 and so forth down through there.
Oh, cool. Oh,
That's BO 85 and
the freight
I
tracks
don't remember what the eastbound is.
bend around to the right, and the track into the depot is straight ahead.
One track?
And
So,
fanned out when it got in
Oh,
hand
okay.
toes.
now this is just a little bit west of High Street, still in the interlocking. He's that's Front Street there, and he's about to swing around the curve toward the bridge and Scioto Tower. Very sharp.
That was a
Yes,
pretty
sir.
tight curve, but
There was only one track from the London side. There was several from the Bradford and a couple from the Big Four.
Of course, everything in that picture is now gone. Just on the other side of where the street is the Nationwide building now. This shot.
DL640 going?
What's that?
I said the DL640 going?
Long gone.
That's shot from the steps of High Street Tower. Yeah, there you just barely see the white stuff under the bridge there. That's High Street.
Actually, it's the relay case for High Street.
It is?
Yeah. That metal shed,
Okay.
yeah.
Had some kid off of the streets walk up there one time in the dark and says, "Hey, mister, is it okay to walk under your tunnel?" Get up there above, underneath the High Street Bridge.
Well,
Yeah, it's an eastbound coming off the Bradford side. Probably come out of Buckeye, because I don't ever remember a van train running on the Bradford track much. Especially with F units.
Well,
Where's all
they
these-
did some, they came,
Which way is he
came
headed?
through Greenville.
Eastbound.
That's what I
They came
thought.
from Greenville to Bradford, man.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
right.
so.
Isn't
What's
that
their-
Channel 10's tower over there?
What's
Yeah.
there now, right there?
What's that?
One track.
Nationwide Arena sits in there.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it's off to the left a little bit.
By the
Quite a
Penn
way.
You got one track up through there, you got apartments here where we're sitting, and there's a street runs down through there about the third or fourth track over.
Wow.
All those tracks to the right are were the rail plant.
How far, where's the Denison track switch take off to the left?
Oh, God, it must be about 10 car lengths back there.
Yeah. That would still be there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the future site of CP front. With a 15-second release time on the signals. No, that was longer front, wasn't it? It was 15 seconds there in that new plant put in for High Street. And,
There's another hand for a slip for this
Yeah.
tire.
Wow.
yeah, that's the rail plant to the right there, and I think we're on number 4 track here, and these were the crossovers at the west end of the depot, which no doubt had a switch tender there at some time, long the far distant past. And there they are building the, well, I heard it called the Front Street Runner and the Robbins Runner. And out there where the ballast starts way in the background, that's CP Front. We're standing on the Park Street Bridge. I think it's Park Street at this point.
You're at Central BLO off to the right.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Now, is that an impressive signal bridge or?
What is that?
That's heading up the CA&C, would you believe?
Oh,
St.
okay.
Clair Engine House was just off to the right. And the shop building's out in there.
That's looking south, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's downtown Columbus.
Okay.
But at one time, there was a truck train ramp in the old shop building, which must have been one of the few covered truck train ramps in the nation. Here we are looking at Old Tangy, and this is where the Bradford side going east turned into 4 tracks. The track going off to the right, that went over to the Neal track, which there was another section of it come off the C&O and crossed on Diamonds about where the engine is.
Were those tracks too close to make a parallel move there through the crossover and that track to the right?
I believe you could do it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
How
it was
come the
a little
tracks
tight.
are rusty on the left side?
Well, because the middle track wasn't used down through there at this time.
He would
You
stick it-
went past this crossover, and there was another single switch there that went out into, well, it'd be 2 and 3 tracks. And 4 track continued down there, but
It was a
2 and 3
weird,
track hadn't been in use in a long time.
it was a very weird way it went into
Oh,
4
yeah.
tracks. I don't know why they designed it like that.
Near Central Street and to the right.
Yeah, it's back in there in the weeds. And Spruce Street Engine House was, would have been partially visible there to the right.
I traced the C&O switch job up around the Yale track on the college.
Now there's an OC coal train on the C&O. I don't remember the circumstances where.
And that's the
But
buzz
on.
on.
They ran that way for a while.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
they've
looking west on the Big 4.
already torn out 1 track.
That's looking west on the Big 4. Where's he going now?
Looking west on the Big 4, he's westbound on the C&O.
Oh, okay.
Northbound.
Yeah.
But you're looking towards GM Tower.
Okay.
At this point, the C&O's running almost east and west. And then as soon as he goes another 30 car lengths, he goes around a big curve and goes north. And the
Okay.
Big Four at this point is running on an angle towards Cincinnati,
Okay.
southwest.
Now, this is the present location of I-67.
Oh.
It is?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
And it more or less follows the Big Four down through there.
Can you drive in under that and see?
Oh, yeah, you can do that.
I've never had the nerve to do
Yeah.
it.
Of course, there's a connection there from the Big Four around to the C&O. And on the CTC machine there at Old Tandy, there's also tracks going down into the factory there. It's the Union Fork and Hoe factory, and they call it the Hoe track.
The hoe track. They had a hoe mart.
There's beautiful downtown mountains.
Oh, my God.
That's an eastbound coming from on the Bradford side. You're looking north on the OC.
Fence used to have a big pile up there about every year.
But that tower was
Yeah.
so short.
The connection track more or
Started
less
out
goes
20
through the
feet tall.
tower now between the OC and the Bradford side. That tower must have just sort of growed.
Or metamorphic.
It's on the westward siding.
RS2 or what was it? 3.
Oh, it looks cold.
Yeah, indeed. That's the Bradford side from the lower right. And that's the western connection coming out of Buckeye and headed for the western branch.
What year was that?
Oh, I imagine it was pretty close to when the yard opened up, so probably 70. And the operator was located here in a little shanty for a while, called it Bridge. At the other, no, I can't see anything. It's about a quarter of a mile into the picture there was where the mounds inbound and outbound come off of the mains. That was a switch tender down there they called Creek. That's looking toward Bradford. You come down to the signal track. That's the Bradford outbound and the single switch there, Bradford outbound. And the Bradford inbound is about where the engine is. The operator at Bridge had one lever to control a signal out there, out where the train disappears. It was just a holdout signal. You come down here and give them highballs down in the engine house.
You get arrested for that nowadays.
No, yeah.
All these
Eyeballs
stuff.
are not good.
Yeah, you don't get it there under it. That's history.
I hardly see the damn thing, but it's one of those heater cars.
New York Central.
It's a heater car?
Yep.
Would they heat the switches?
Passenger trains.
Oh. I thought it was for clearing switches or something. Oh, I don't know.
That steam
Well,
boiler.
they had a jet engine to do that with.
Did anybody ever get pictures of those things working? I've never seen any pictures of them working, or I've seen them sitting in the yard.
Even when they were working, you couldn't get a picture of them working because they didn't work.
Oh.
All they would do is melt all the crap in the switch, and then when they left the scene, it froze.
Probably froze more solid than before.
I was working Buckeye once, and the section gang had everything on the north, had Buckeye all cleaned out nice and clean. It was one of those 0 nights, no wind or anything, and they had it all cleaned out, you know, swept it out dry. They came up there with the heater, and I wouldn't let them in. I wouldn't let them in. I says, everything's working. I'm not letting you in. And I told the dispatcher I wouldn't let him in, and he says, well, we'll see if you can bull your way through it. I said, everything's working. Keep them out of there. You know, the switch controllers, they'd get frost built up in those, and they'd heat it, and then it'd freeze and melt. Oh, my gosh.
I remember the area, you just keep the,
That's one of the stronger wreck masters on the
Yeah.
system. If railroaders are anything hilarious hilarious is one of them. I'll do anything to make a joke out of it.
Remember while the area always kept the
Pot burning.
switch machines covered with a tarp.
Oh, yeah.
And railroad management people come around here from Conrail. What are those tarps doing? Get them off those machines. Those switch machines are supposed to be out in the open.
That kept all the snow.
Next day they had 4 or 5 plant failures here, and they never had a plant failure before that.
That's from Fisher Road. What's the other job? Love those covered ways.
What was that
All the
road?
green,
Is that,
There,
boxcars.
Fisher?
that was
No, no.
We had 2 of those sitting down the road about 5 years ago.
Oh,
I mean,
Other end of the yard.
2 of those were green cars with real nice paint, looking real fresh.
because
They were.
they built that
they were
under,
in that spot,
or
and they
they
just.
built an overpass.
Somebody couldn't have got them.
Yeah, they were stored.
That train-
Railroad
I
was using
remember
Little
when
Road.
they did that.
2 nice big ones, big, nice, yeah.
And that's almost
And
all.
there is
Saw 'em.
Bridge
They're gone, they're
block
gone.
office.
Bridge what?
Bridge block office. He's eastbound on the Bradford side. This is the Western Connection Street through, and the Bradford inbound to the left. And the side of Darby Road back there and on the bridge.
Who was the operator of Buckeye the night the two such engines came together up there at Bridge?
Never heard about that one. Remember? Oh. There, that's from Sale to Darby. The bridge office sat there right beside the telephone pole. He's coming out of the departure yard and heading north on the OC.
You know, if that yard had been built 20 years earlier, there would have been a tower at both ends.
Oh yeah.
To try and control that from Buckeye in the middle was.
That's shot from North Tower.
Yeah.
Paul's favorite office right down in front of that building.
Yeah. In Roberts Road.
And the operator should have been up in North Tower. It would have made more sense to see what the heck was going on.
It's been a lot simpler to talk to the train master, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
There wasn't hardly room up there for him.
Should have been built.
Now with a train master and a yard master up there.
Well, you remember working with the train master at Bell Fountain, BM.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I remember working with a yard master there. Not a train. Train master was Larry Knight. He was a pretty decent guy.
Oh, yeah, indeed.
He came and went all the time.
Remember that red vermilion?
I'd go a long way out of my way to shoot a picture of a covered wagon.
He was good there.
They're neat. That is so cool. Oh, that's
Oh.
classic. That's just classic.
Yeah. When I first went to Gibsonburg, I couldn't believe how busy that place was with all those yards. I was even down there just marshaled everything around. You want to see if I'd throw an extra cross over.
I don't remember what the situation was here, but that's
The Ohio
Lansfield.
Yes, maybe.
That's Ohio Brass.
The cross over there for the yard.
Is that what it says?
That's the
The Ohio.
last Pennsylvania unit, I believe. That's the way it is, 1501.
Last
unit,
down there.
Last F unit that Tennessee bought.
Oh, okay.
Now it had this number on this side,
Short
and this number on the other side.
Oh, we ran out of one.
Yeah.
That's actually Russian F unit.
I want to see the dry transfer sheet he was using.
Did you ever see some of the ones in the middle 60s where they put it too long or something, and it was either lettered on some cases Pennsylvania or Pennsylvania. You left the P or the A off.
I don't remember seeing one.
I got a picture of one at, it was Pennsylvania unit at Cincinnati. And they had painted over the P, said Amsterdam.
I don't remember which train this
They're
is.
getting ready to read that.
He's going through Buckeye Yard because of a derailment or something that happened out there.
In 80, and I went up there in 81. They said 80 was the last day.
Sweet.
Man,
Well, I
oh
didn't
man,
get
that's,
Toledo green
that's there at the North Tower, and there's just nothing behind him there. No truck train ramps, no
The yellow phone
factory.
booth. The yellow phone booth sitting stand.
Yeah. I think that was just a shoulder for the guy switching the local yard.
A phone booth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's like Grandview, that had retarder controls in it.
I wish we could get an old phone booth here. We need one over in the waiting room where there used to be one.
He's coming off the OC, about to cross the Bradford.
Yeah, high dwarf there,
Pedestal.
Still there, Joe.
Still there, huh?
Solid light signal?
Can't see those number boards.
The two reds might be red, but
Now, this is westbound at East Alton. For some reason, they made that plant damn near a half a mile long.
now that thing's all still Pensy signaled, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. And, one guy is sitting on the, oh God, Miami outbound, and this guy's coming in on the Miami. And,
Brand new engine.
you know, the track to the right here is Humpley. Splits, it's right on top of the underpass down there. The tunnel, as they call it. It splits out to the east hump and the west hump, and he's on the Alton outbound. Well, no, he's on the Humpley.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah, it's past Africa.
He's on left hand.
That's probably a truncated 13.
Wouldn't that be a fun ride, though?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my. Oh, the circus train. It was a circus.
Yeah, I managed to stop on the 270 bridge and get several shots here without being molested.
Oh. A run over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't that much traffic back then. Not like it is now. That's one on the Alton outbound waiting to get out, and this is probably TV4. That is the temporary block at West Jefferson.
Oh, my gosh.
Nice shack.
No, indeed it was.
You're lucky to have a shack.
Yeah.
Most of the time,
It
you
actually had a door.
Yeah. I don't think it closed, but it had a door. But there was a driveway of sorts come up the other side of the track from about the grain elevator back there. And I worked their trick on this sucker one night. And, well, of course, I had all the conveniences, the cooler and the easy chair, and I don't know what else I had up there. And I was about halfway down that hill carrying that stuff down there, and I heard number 30 blowing for a signal out there. And the jerk at Reading Road had forgotten to OS the son of a bitch to me. So I dropped everything, scrambled back up the hill, which is not quite as spectacular sight as that would be now. But, got the damn Form A telling him he didn't have anything. I had the form said, I don't have anything for your train. And they got him through there with very little delay. Oh, shit.
Oh, there was one crossover there at West Jefferson?
Boy,
Or did you just say
I
it
don't
was
remember.
just a block station? I remember
I
working.
think it was just a block station.
I remember working Unionville Center. There was
Yeah.
one crossover there.
There you go, Kevin.
That's off of the 31 approaching, I'm not sure whether we're Bycraft or getting close to Davis or where exactly.
Traffic Road,
That's off of the industry at Dayton. He's about to go on the river bridge.
Looks like you're real close to an interstate.
Yeah, that's 75 back there. Miami City Junction's back there under that bridge. Tennessee split off, B&O split off, and the Big Four went south. Must have been a real kicking place at one time. Westerbound.
There's a lot of traffic over that bridge today,
Yeah.
and that's as busy in the B&O's been.
Well, Pete,
Yes? Much.
put a big fancy sign up there. Oh, wait a minute. That's
Huh?
Take Ball.
No.
It ain't?
No.
No.
Where the hell is it then? Well, maybe that's probably Milford Center, yeah, Milford Central. Not Milford Center, shit.
Unionville?
Yeah, Unionville.
That's Unionville. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's Unionville. The elevator's behind you here to the left, and then this switch went down in a hole and in those tracks, and then there was a track came across the road and went down in the elevator. That's Unionville Center.
Yeah.
There was a trailing crossover there.
They had yellow number boards?
They're just old.
Where's that
Yeah,
at?
it's,
What's that now?
It's in shadow there, almost sundown.
Looks
Yeah,
like
it's got them lit.
two lines joining each
Where's
other
that at?
almost.
That's Glenn.
Oh, is that Glenn?
Matter of fact, that shot from the tower, I believe.
Wow.
I think the tower's still
All
there.
right.
Close
Glenn
to
Tower.
Gee,
first-
yeah, I didn't-
Indian No Place, number 31. This probably
You
was
think
the
that was
trip I was
Glenn?
riding to head in.
Huh?
You don't think that was Glenn?
I don't know, I'm not sure. Glenn stood way back from the main
That's
tracks.
what I thought, yeah.
Almost looked more like New Paris, but
Now we're getting out toward,
that
Is
crash.
that Kraft?
somewhere in there.
Slower
Rear end of
signs.
31. Boy.
Go along there and suck up the mud out of this joint.
I think this is out closer to Davis,
The
maybe.
superior Penn Central trackage.
Looks like CSX today, Pete.
Yeah.
It really does.
It's actually a mud farm.
So CSX.
Oh, here we are at, that was in Orzi's book. We're waiting for him to get out of the yard of Terre Haute so we can get up. This is what's called Prairie. It was just a little shack there with some signal controls. I believe the switches were hand thrown.
Oh my
Wow.
St. Louis.
They
Jeez.
painted him to match the steelwork on the shed.
Man,
Looks like.
Yeah, that's,
jeez.
There's some good places to eat under that sucker now.
Aye.
Couple of hotels.
You just,
Probably if you
Man.
gotta ask how much, you can't afford it.
it's unbelievable. The Penn Central couldn't at least painted the nose on that thing. It's just unbelievable.
A little bit of turtle wax and made a hell of a difference.
Man.
I believe, downtown St. Louis, they got parking meters now. It says 25 cents for 10 minutes.
Jeez.
And the broken tie into the joint.
I think that's out in No Place, maybe.
Oh, boy, that's sure
Yeah.
a big four.
Now, where's that?
Is that, one of those just west of the depot, like IJ or something?
Oh, maybe, yeah. It might, yeah. Might be.
Hey,
Let's see here.
Someplace on the water level?
I can't
Yeah,
see
oh,
it.
yeah,
that's a water level style depot.
yeah, it's a,
Is that Conneaut?
no.
Yep. 3 tracks there.
East End of Collinwood Yard, CPBR.
Huh?
Really? Okay, what's the depot up
No.
there?
Rusted Mule?
There's a depot in a lot closer that's been surrounded by other, built on so much the depot's surrounded.
Yeah, it's a restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's, it doesn't look right for some reason. Yeah, that's the main line to the left. They're coming out and going into the yard.
Oh, at the west end of
Yeah.
Avon.
No, east end.
East end.
Yeah, the other shot is Connie off of that.
County, huh?
That,
You can open up the switch, that's all we need.
Now,
That's how you do it.
turn the lights in, huh?
On a switch that nobody's using,
There you go.
you know, it just looked like,
If anybody can see it, across the bottom rail there, below the door,
yeah.
is a chalked sign that says, Jim Boyd uses photomat.
oh yeah, I see.
I was with you, and you guys were, the train was pulling into Buckeye. It was so hilarious you were chasing it around.
Yeah. Now, where the hell is it?
Well, you're a Buckeye interlocking, or, yeah.
No?
No.
Where the hell is there a parking place like that? Where the hell are the big buildings that are back
Yeah,
there?
you're right.
I'm thinking it's Indianapolis. I think he's on the belt, or not the belt, but the big four, and
Is
the
that shot?
Indianapolis belt goes across here. He's headed,
What is that?
would it be,
Toward Cincinnati?
toward, Hawthorne Yard?
Or west end of town?
No, east.
Well, let's see, if you go into Hawthorne, the Pennsy line, let's see,
Okay.
didn't they go underneath or did they cross at grade? The B&O comes up a long ramp.
Mm-hmm.
The P&E crossed the belt at grade, I think on both the east and west ends.
That sure looks like it's shot from the tower.
And you also had the line, the Pensy's line to Louisville on the south end that crosses the belt at
Yeah, but
grade.
that ain't a tower, that's on the ground. What the hell did they call it?
Dale.
Your
They-
car has a windshield wiper on it?
Yeah, with guy wires on the windshield.
Oh, okay. It's like a windshield wiper.
It might be Buffalo, but I'm not sure.
You took
Weren't
it?
there just a few places that they use the SD 7s and 9s?
Oh, yeah, and isn't it, yeah, what the hell's it doing on a switch phone?
That's now E9.
Yeah. I could see using that at a hump someplace, but what they would.
Transfer
maybe
unit.
transfer.
Comes out of the transfer unit going back into Hawthorne Yard.
I've got a picture of the 6905 in Buckeye. That's why it says, is that Buckeye?
That book back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Park book.
Yep. I got the reprint on it. Huh.
Oh, well, move on. Whoops.
Main attraction.
Ah,
There's Poughkeepsie.
That's all right.
You guys getting bored with this, are you?
been great stuff.
First Love 9. That's west,
That would make an interesting model.
yeah, it would,
Baggage truck.
Nobody believed you. They wouldn't do that.
What the hell is that?
What fool would do that to a
That
baggage?
used to be a baggage truck.
Is it some kind of threader car for a rail train or something?
Well, maybe you could put a hook on either end of it.
Oh, an idler?
No, a big hook. The boom would go over these wide open spaces here. That's the only thing I can think of would be
Yeah,
a
but it's
thing.
been white line too, so it's nothing anymore.
Yeah.
it's,
It's been sold.
an interesting load they got on it.
That's at Croton Harmon.
Oh, forward.
There's beautiful Swan Creek.
Oh. Yeah, that was quite a busy place. Oh my goodness. Waterloo on the water level, way back.
Yep.
Well, the old depot's still
And
standing.
Amtrak stops there now. Another cat hole.
And there we are back to east end of
Collins,
Collingwood.